My name's Dave Hula. I'm with Rimwood Farms. We're located over in eastern Virginia, Charles City County, not too far from where it all started, near Jamestown. In fact, we do farm some of the land at Jamestown, which is kind of neat, some history, 400 plus years. In 2013, just like the Midwest, we came off with some really challenging times. We were extremely wet this past spring. In fact, unheard of. We typically replant a few acres of corn. But this year we replanted some corn 3 times before we finally got a good stand. Kind of put our crops off a little behind, but the crops that got off and survived the wet floods that we had in May and first part of June look pretty good. We've been fighting a few weeds, taken care of, and then of course with the high moisture and humidities we've had some disease pressure. So kind of working on some fungicide activity. So things are looking good. Unfortunately, we had some struggles. So we have some crop that's going to be way behind. I think we'll be shelling corn in December this year. So kind of unheard of for us. Usually we try to finish up for the hurricane season sometime in September. So we're going to have some different challenges. The crop progress, if you got the fertility on in time and you didn't get the leaching rains right after you put the fertilizer, the crop looks good. It caused us to do a little bit more management this year in our nutrients. We were putting a little, not more fertilizer, but we were spoon feeding it more so than we have in the past, kind of because of the rainfall events we were getting. And then, like I mentioned, the disease. We did do a couple more applications of fungicides. New things, trying new chemistry. We tried a new product called Pre-Axar, which is pretty neat. And then we're trying some new insecticides as well. Things that improve the crop, we're continuing to try some plant growth hormones, just some new technologies, some new fertilizer blends, and some new additives. So, we're seeing all this kind of come together. We have, a fair crop. I think we're going to have not our best crop ever because there will be a lot of zeros out there just because it drowned it out. But we'll see some tremendous yields in our dry land, and we should see some pretty good yields in our irrigated. Now, one of the challenges that I think a lot of the country's seen, and I'm a big proponent of sunlight, and we just haven't had as much sunlight as we normally get throughout the season because of the added rainfall. So we're kind of anxious to see how that impacts our yields. We're going to have good yields, but did it pull our top yields down a little bit? So, we just focus on plant health, try to keep the crop going, keep it happy, just like you want to keep your wife, and everything's good. So I hope everybody had a great season, and let's just try to keep the prices up.